Skip Fitch from Streetnoyz Customs, and this is a 1948 Ford Woody. We've done quite a few modifications to this car, some restoration work, and different things. Basically, the stereo part of what we've done is we've taken the little air deflector system that Ford has with the little folding doors, and we put a couple of 4-inch Rockford Fosgate Power Series speakers inside of those with some custom grill cloth. So you basically have an invisible style stereo system. Under the seat, if you look, we have the Sony radio, which is a Sony, the high power radio MEX100BT or XXBT, something of that sort. And then in the back, we built a little speaker pod for underneath the seat that holds a set of Rockford Fosgate power components for rear fill. This customer didn't want to see any of the stereo equipment. He wanted the dash to look originally. We also did installed seat belts. If you look on the rear seats, we added seat belts to the second and third seating in this vehicle, just so that his family would feel a little safer. It's always nice to have seat belts since it is the law here in California. Car restoration wise, we basically did a rewire on the car. We used the replacement harness that was already in the vehicle, and somebody had added different relays and connections, so we went and made a relay bank so it switches everything on and off high current, relieving the older key switch from the high current demands of an electric fan, MSD ignition, stereo system, and the like. We also added a 6-position fuse block, and that's located up under the driver's kick panel. You can also see we made a custom gauge mount for the temperature gauge for the water. We also repaired the headlight switch. We cleaned up some of the wiring and stuff that was hanging under the dash with an external switch for a cooling fan for doing parades or slow processions so the car doesn't overheat. We also took the factory switches that are underneath the dash, and we utilized that one for the fan system. We also replaced all of the lighting in the car with new modern LED headlighting and running lights. And under the hood, we used Tessa European electrical tape, which is a cloth heat tape. We basically rewrapped the entire underhood harness, got rid of all the mismatch of connections and different things that were in the vehicle. As you can see, the looming's tied across the back. It's very neatly done. We also rewired the motor connections so that the power wire from the alternator didn't run across the top of the intake manifold, where previously it was overheating the cable and potential for fire. So we rerouted it safer manner around the battery. We also made a new custom mount for the top of the battery to hold that down in position. And if you look over here, there's a neutral safety switch, and that was the original piece that somebody had retrofitted in the car. We just added a reverse wire micro switch, so it basically turns on the factory or a set of reverse lights on the vehicle. So we've done some of the little modern things that needed to be done to make the car a little safer kind of trick. Setup. Alright, this is Skip Fitch in the 1948 Woody. If you have an old car, come on down to Streetnoyz today and let us help you with any of the projects that you may have or little technical needs for your vintage cars.